Now before we get started, I would really love it if you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get the latest content from the YouTube channel, The Last Rewind. And don't be shy about leaving your comments at the bottom of the page because you are the sole reason why this channel will be successful. Thank you.
What's going on, everybody? This is Tremaine coming to you from The Last Rewind. Before I get into this video, please comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. This video, I'm going to touch base on two of my favorite shows growing up, and that is Martin and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I chose these two shows particularly because it's, for some reason, within pop culture, especially Black African-American culture, we tend to put these two shows up against one another as to which one was better. So by the end of the video, I'm going to answer as to which one I think is better, and hopefully you guys can give me your feedback as to which is better for you and why you think it's better. So I'm going to start by saying with the Martin show.
All right, because I'm a man and you're a woman, and that's all need to be said. Am I right about that? Girl, I asked you.
Can't argue with that. Look, I have to go.
Whoa. You call me an hour, okay? You know the number, all right? There's 7 of them. Call me.
I wasn't even talking to you, Janet, jackass.
Have some respect, boy, and take off your hat up in the guard room. Boy, I said take off your dilly-dally up in the guard room. What did I not say take off your dilly-dally, boy? Don't anybody know nothing? Huh?
Don't worry about it, all right? Man, look, if you can't find any work, I'll put in a good word for you at my job, man.
You ain't got no job, man.
May tomorrow be the happiest day of your life. And to Martin.
Yeah.
Try not to show up so she can enjoy it.
Oh, y'all come.
Clink, clink, baby.
Clink, clink. Well, I want to thank you too, Pam, for cutting your hibernation short. I know the Grizzlies like to sleep all year long.
Man, you are in a court of law. There are a lot of people in here. We can't hear you. Your Honor, you're going to have to make them speak up. What does GTD stand for? Got the draws, okay?
Martin ran for 5 seasons at 132 episodes. It aired on Fox April 27th, 92, and until May 1st, 97. Martin is a classic television show. I don't care what walk of life you come from, you probably have heard of this television show. And Martin Lawrence, I was about to call him his character name, which is Martin Payne, but Martin Lawrence does this character justice in all aspects. First and foremost, he plays multiple characters on the show, which is funny in itself. Martin played himself, Martin Payne. He played Shanae. He played Mr. Otis, the security guard. He played the karate instructor. He played Roscoe, the little boy, the little snot-nosed kid. Which makes me wonder, like, which building, this is a question for my Martin viewers out there, which building did Roscoe live in? Because oftentimes he'll be at Martin's apartment building and Gina's. Just never knew which apartment building he lived in. He never knew. I mean, like, Brumman will oftentimes be at Gina's apartment building too, but it was kind of, you knew, 5th floor he lived with in the Martin building. Anyway, that was just a side note. I just thought of it right now. But the cast the Martin show had, I think, made it just all the more better. I mean, let me go through the cast. We had Thomas Ford, who played Tommy. We had Carl Anthony Payne, who played Cole. We had Tisha Campbell, who played Gina, and Tashina Arnold, who played Pam. Honorable mention is Garrett Morris, who played Stan, whom I think does not get his flowers to this day. Garrett Morris is a comedic legend. He is funny. He was funny in Martin. He was funny on Saturday Night Live. He was funny on the Jamie Foxx show. I wish that the Stan character of Martin got more airtime as the show went on, but Martin left the radio station, and the only link between Stan and everyone else was he was Martin's boss at the radio station, but Stan was so funny on that show. I'm sorry, Garrett Morris was funny on that show. He was portraying Stan. I also think what made the Martin show work was every character had their own thing going on, which added to the funny in the show. You know, there was Tommy, who didn't have a job, or it was uncertain what his job was, and then there was Cole, who wasn't the smartest. He wasn't the smartest. He was a little airheaded at times. There was Pam, who was Martin's like arch nemesis, and he often got on her as far as her breath or her hair or her inability to get a man. Then there was Gina, who was, Martin's lady, but they two at times would go and get into it with each other, and it just made the show so funny in different elements that everyone had their own thing working against them, but it added comedy within the show. I love Martin. Then on NBC, we got The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
It's not unusual to be loved by. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone.
Is this what you been telling my boy? What? That life is one big orgy? Well, college is hard work, son, followed by a family, which is even more hard work. And a teenage daughter who doesn't want to be seen with you in public, and a wife who wants you anywhere near her, and a butler who may be the father of your child, and a guardian.
Hey, look, any chance of you letting me balance this book on your head?
And I was gonna put the waffles up there, but that's just a little too close to your mouth, you know what I mean?
How dare you two defy me?
Now see here, big guy. Oh my God, Howard!
What do you know about taking care of babies?
Babies? I'm here to take care of Hillary. Yes, Your Majesty.
Jeffrey, from an objective point of view, who is having this baby, him or me?
It's rather difficult to tell just by looking.
It was great seeing you, son.
You too, Lou.
Will.
Now, you know what, Uncle Phil? I'm gonna get through college without him. I'm gonna get a great job without him. I'm gonna marry me a beautiful honey, and I'm having me a whole bunch of kids. I'm gonna be a better father than he ever was. And I sure as hell don't need him for that, because ain't a damn thing he could ever teach me about how to love my kids. How come he don't want me, man?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is funny in itself, but it's more, I found it to be more wholesome and family oriented, and more so for the family over Martin, but it was still funny, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air obviously starred Will Smith. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air aired September 10th, 1990 until May 20th, 96. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air had 6 seasons and 148 episodes. I remember being on a cruise ship with my wife a couple of years back, and I won a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air trivia contest. And one of the questions were, how many seasons did it air? And I said 8, thinking it lasted longer. I was a bit taken back when I did my research, and it was only 6 seasons, but it was a great 6 seasons. There was so much in that 6 seasons that we can take with us, It's a classic show as well. There was the like I said, the wholesomeness in the show, I do think Martin was funnier, but Fresh Prince was funny considering that there was no trained comic on that show. Martin was a comedian. He had other comedians write for him. Will Smith was not a comedian. James Avery was not a comedian. Karen Parsons or Alfonso Rivera, none of them were comedians. But I believe the connection on the show, on and off camera, is what made them funny and what made the show funny as well. The banter between Will and Carlton and the banter between Uncle Phil and Will just was bar none funny. A hidden gem in the Fresh Prince show was the butler, Jeffrey. He was kind of like their stand on Fresh Prince because his little one-liners and quips and his nonchalantness made that show funny in its right. I love the Jeffrey character. It was so funny. Yeah, I mean, bar none. So, you ask me as a fan, what show was the better? I'm gonna sway towards Martin. I'll tell you why. To me, I didn't want to watch wholesome family television like that. I wasn't a father then. I didn't have a wife then. I wanted to laugh my head off and be entertained. Martin was more entertaining as far as the comedy aspect of it all. Fresh Prince had not a lot, but they had serious episodes where you could sit the family around the TV and learn a life lesson. I can't think of one serious episode from the Martin show. If you can, please comment it because I can't. The closest I can come to is when Martin and Gina got married. But even in that episode, there was comedy. I just can't think of one episode of Martin where it was like, stay in school, don't do drugs, don't smoke. You know how in the 90s, after they had like a serious episode, once the show went off, the character of the show would come back on and it'd be like a special message to the viewing audience. I can't think of that for Martin. I can't. Again, if you can, please tell me. I just can't. So with that being said, I give it to Martin. Martin was funnier. Martin was, to me, it was raunchier, a little bit more urban, and it was the better show. I will say the Fresh Prince had the better theme song. That's bar none, hands down. There's not a person who watches television or live right now does not know the Fresh Prince theme song. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song is classic. There's actually an extended version that not many know of, but the version that comes on TV is classic. If you start singing it amongst a group of 10 people born between 1980 and 1990-ish, they're going to finish that theme song. They're going to know it because it's that good. It's a classic. Martin's theme song was just, to me, it didn't hit like the Fresh Prince theme song. Martin was like noise and it was dancing, but it didn't hit like but the Martin show is better. That's just me. I know people may think differently, and that's cool. That's the beauty of the comment section, but the Martin show is better in my opinion. They both had some pretty bad endings. I'll start with Martin. Martin's ending, unfortunately, Martin Lawrence and Tisha Campbell, I believe at some point they dated on the show. And Martin, from what's speculated and what's in the news and what I've read, Martin became obsessed with her. She started dating Dwayne Martin, who was an actor in himself. He was in, I guess his most notable thing is Above the Rim. But Martin Lawrence started dating Tisha Campbell, and he was jealous. And with that, I believe there was some a sexual harassment charge Tisha Campbell filed against Martin. That led to them not filming in the same room and her strategically not being in the same area when Martin was filming. If I recall the last episode, it was written that she was in California and he was in Detroit because they had to film in separate locations. I believe that was the demise of the Martin show. Also, I believe Martin was getting high. Just a couple episodes, you can see Martin was high, but I believe that was the demise of the Martin show, in all honesty. As far as the Fresh Prince, I believe the start of their demise was the whole Aunt Viv situation, when I believe Will went on a radio show and he said Janet Hubert wanted the show to be about her. He was like, it's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, not Janet Hubert's show. And with that, she was let go. She was fired. And when the show was at its prime, when it's peaking, she was fired. She was replaced by Daphne Maxwell Reid, who was a great actress in herself, but to me, she wasn't the first Aunt Viv. If you ask me, I sway towards the first one. I believe those two incidents started to be the demise of the show. I also believe Will was getting a little too popular for the Fresh Prince. I believe he had already filmed the first Bad Boys with Martin. If maybe right before it ended, I'm not too sure. I gotta fact check that, but he was getting up there. He was obviously the star, and at that point it was to the point where it wasn't sitting well. The goofy kid from Philly is killing aliens. It just wasn't sitting well from Independence Day. There was classic scenes in both that to this day resonates with me. Another reason I like Martin, because going back to the scenes, when they had the ability to break each other's character, and now if you watch it now, it's evident on the screen that they was breaking character. It's funny. One particular, Tommy Davidson. Oh my God. When Martin's interviewing Tommy Davidson and Martin asks him, do you got a pool? We want to swim. Do you got a pool? And Tommy Davidson like, no, we have a lake. And then he goes, catfish are delicious. The camera pans over to Martin. Martin is trying his damnedest to not laugh. It's so funny. And that is funny in itself when the characters are just trying not to break character. And that was a reoccurring thing on the Martin show, that they often try to break each other's character. You look, when Martin turns his head from the camera like that, he's trying not to laugh. That episode stands out. Also, the New Jack City episode stands out when Martin has a fake dog and he's making the dog jump on everyone. And Thomas Ford he's got his hand over his mouth like that because he's trying not to break character. He's trying not to laugh, and you can just see he's breaking, and it's funny. It's hilarious, so hilarious. And the Fresh Prince, there was this one episode particularly when Will is he's in a cabin with Nia Long, and the sorority is trying to the sorority wants Nia Long to get Will Smith to admit to being a dog or whatnot. So she tortures Will, and she makes Will think she's crazy. She's torturing him. She ties him up. I guess he thinks he's about to get laid, and she ties him up like that, and he breaks out. But later in the episode, he goes to tell Carlton what happened, and Carlton breaks character. I don't know if he broke character or if it was part of the script, but he's like, no. He's running around the set. He's crawling on the floor, and those are examples of how funny both shows are. Like I said, to this day, I'm not even joking. If I turn my television on right now and I click on my DVR, I have shows just recording because I put them on. I put those two shows on when I just want to laugh. There's another show that I put on when I want to laugh too. It's not part of this. It's 2.5 Men. That's another video. But I'll put those two shows on when I just want to laugh because they're so funny. It's gut busting funny. Those two shows. I love them both. You know, I favor Martin, but I can watch both at any day, any drop of the time, any day. You know. With that, I just, you know, they're just classic shows. So wanted to come in here and touch on that because, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's like there's a battle between which show is best, Martin or the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So I just wanted to get that out there. I wanted to ask you guys in Last Rewind and others across this great internet of ours, just which show do you think is the better show? Which show is the funnier show? Leave a comment. Let me know. Leave a comment. Let me know. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button.